Welcome to the Archive Network. I'm Aurelius, and with me, as always, Malik. We curate the Exploration Archive. Today we open a new file, Lewis and Clark Expedition. Malik, you've had this one on your desk for a while. In the fall of 1803, America teetered on the edge of transformation. A young nation filled with ambition and promise. President Jefferson envisioned exploration as a means to unlock the continent's secrets. He sought trade routes, resources, and a clearer understanding of the vast land beyond the Mississippi. It was a call to adventure, one that would change the fabric of the nation.
Jefferson's ambition wasn't just about discovery. It was about control. He wanted to assert American presence in a land that wasn't empty but vibrant, filled with diverse cultures and histories. The expedition was a double-edged sword. While it promised knowledge and new opportunities, it also posed a real threat to the lives and lands of indigenous peoples who had called that place home for generations. Their stories and connections to that land were at risk, and that's a heavy price to pay.
The expedition called upon Meriwether Lewis, a young officer with the spirit of an adventurer. He received a mission filled with detailed instructions. The task was daunting. Find a route to the Pacific, catalog new species, and foster relationships with native tribes. The weight of responsibility was heavy, yet the promise of discovery was intoxicating. As he set out, he knew this journey could change everything for the nation. We often forget how such quests shape our understanding of the world.
Lewis's task was monumental, yes, but it was also incredibly naive. He was expected to forge alliances with tribes without really understanding their cultures or histories. It wasn't just about military might. It was a delicate dance of diplomacy. The weight of these relationships was heavy, especially when they were built on misunderstandings and preconceived notions. Every misstep risked not just failure, but the lives and futures of countless individuals caught in the crossfire of his ambition.
As winter approached, a camp emerged along the riverbank, bustling with activity. The sounds of tools filled the air as men worked tirelessly, shaping wood and metal. They were building a keelboat, the vessel of their hopes and dreams. Each item gathered, a stash of dried beans, rolls of muslin, and barrels of whiskey, was a lifeline for the journey ahead. These preparations were critical. A failed supply line could spell disaster, and we knew that all too well.
But it wasn't just about supplies. These men were not simply preparing for a journey. They were stepping into the unknown. Each hammer strike was a reminder of the dangers that awaited them. Illness, hunger, and the wilderness itself were formidable foes. The stakes were not just about reaching the Pacific. They were about survival.
They faced constant threats. Sickness hung over them like a relentless shadow, a reminder of their vulnerability. In the dim light of their tents, officers diligently practiced celestial navigation, mastering the intricate instruments that could guide them through the unforgiving wilderness. Their mission was twofold: scientific discovery and delicate diplomacy. The balance they sought was precarious, and the potential consequences of failure loomed large, like storm clouds on the horizon ready to burst. Every decision weighed heavily on them.
And what of those indigenous tribes? Tokens were prepared to trade, but they were symbols of a culture that the expedition barely understood. Goodwill? More like a veneer over the reality of their intrusion. The expedition was sold as a path to knowledge, but it was also a path to exploitation. The men needed to learn humility, not just navigation.
In those final days, excitement and anxiety filled the camp like a thick fog. Men busied themselves sharpening knives and checking their muskets, each lost in thought about what lay ahead. Some were eager, their eyes sparkling with anticipation, ready to face whatever came. Others hesitated, rooted in place, gripped by the fear of what the wilderness might reveal. The river waited silently, a ribbon of opportunity, whispering promises of fortune and peril. We stood on the brink, and our choices would echo through time.
And yet, that sense of anticipation masked deeper fears within them. What awaited them was not just a vast wilderness, but an intricate web of human connections. They couldn't succeed in isolation. The land was alive with diverse cultures, each with its own stories and struggles. They needed to approach it with respect, not conquest. This journey was as much about understanding those stories as it was about exploration. Every step forward was a chance to learn from those who came before.
As dawn broke, the rhythm shifted noticeably. Men moved with urgency, their faces set with determination. The final provisions stowed away with care. The flotilla was poised to push off, a culmination of our collective efforts. Beyond the river lay a vast unknown, a world brimming with potential. It was a powerful push into a sea of possibilities, where every ripple could lead to discovery or disaster. We were on the brink of something monumental, and history waited to see what we would make of it.
But that push also represented the end of what they knew. With each stroke of the oars, they left behind the comfort of familiar shores, for the uncertainty that lay ahead. The river wasn't just a path. It was a challenge that demanded respect and resilience. What dangers awaited them as they ventured deeper? The unknown was both alluring and terrifying, a mix of hope and fear. Each wave felt like a reminder of the sacrifices they would have to make.
They had begun a journey that would forever alter the nation. The landscape of America would shift dramatically as they pushed deeper into the wilderness. Every paddle stroke brought them closer to a reality that would test their limits, both physically and mentally. This expedition was just the start, but already the challenges loomed large. Nature was unforgiving, and the unknown was fraught with dangers. We were on the brink of something monumental, and it wouldn't come without a price.
That's where we leave it for now. Part 1 of 5. Lewis and Clark Expedition is far from done. If you're new here, we're Aurelius and Malik, curators of the Exploration Archive, part of the Archive Network. Part 2 drops soon.